Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some more Chelsea news to go through, and we're going to start off with the first topic. Let's get straight into it. Chelsea actively working to sign Romeo Lavia. Now of course this is a Southampton player, potential that Southampton go down this year. We'll see what happens there, but this report says Chelsea are leading the race to sign the Southampton midfielder in the summer transfer window. He signed from Manchester City for 14 million last summer. He's made a good impression. He did have a bit of an issue with a hamstring injury, it did mention, but he's come back very well since that. So not too much to worry about there. Manchester United and Arsenal also link, but Football Insider claim that Chelsea are in the lead. It says we're actively working to get it done, so whether that's being in contact with the club, his agent, the player himself, who knows, but it looks like we're going to be going in for it. It does say Man City have a 14 million buyback clause, but it doesn't come into play until next summer. So as it stands, it's an open bidding season, and if Man City want him back, they might have to pay over that. It depends sort of what the price gets pushed to, with clubs like Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal and City potentially in the mix. So I mean, the first thing to think about is if there's this many clubs after him, top clubs after him, there's a reason for it, right? Like if we take a look at his stats, you see the pass completion 86.8%. that's a very strong number, very high up. Of course this is again being compared to all players in his position in the big five leagues, Europe competitions included. Only 1,372 minutes played, likely due to time out with injuries and stuff like that. Over the past year he hasn't played as much as most players have. Take-ons are pretty good, not amazing, but 0.85 per game. And then here's where you're sort of getting the big numbers from him. Tackles, very strong, 2.3 per game. Interceptions, 1.25. And blocks, 1.71. That is in the top 90% of players in his position. So of course, a strong player that's going to sort of ping the ball around, be a link up in the midfield, as well as that defensive cover that Chelsea probably need. If Kante's not going to come back fit, or if he is also aging. I'm pretty sure Lavia is only like 19 years old, so plenty of potential for him to grow into there. You can then see, it compares some similar players with similar stats. Of course, you've got Mendy, the Leicester City player, Bissouma out at Tottenham, so he's that kind of player. But obviously take that with a pinch of salt. These are just rough comparisons. But overall, in my opinion, I do think when I've seen bits of him, I don't watch Southampton all that much, when I've seen bits of him, he does look good. Plenty of potential, like I said. I think he is 19 years old, he's very young. Yeah, it says here, just 19. Plenty of maturity with his decision making from the midfield, and he would be a good long-term signing. If we're going to be putting him on one of these 7-8 year contracts, that's the kind of player you want, right? A 19-year-old that already looks pretty good, that can grow into his position with a lot of maturity, and having a midfield of Andres Santos, Enzo, Cesar Casade, Lavia involved in that's a very dynamic, young, exciting midfield with quite a good balance to it as well. So you can see what Chelsea are building. I think this would be a good addition to our squad. How much he'll cost, I don't know. If he went for 14 million last summer and has done very well, it's going to be 20, 30, maybe even close to that 40 million clause that Manchester City have on him. So it won't be crazy expensive. This hopefully won't be a £100 million player, especially if they get relegated. I could see it going a lot cheaper then. But it's, we're going to be forking out a good bit of cash for him. But I think it's a worthwhile investment for Chelsea. Then we have some bad news. Matt Law reporting that Reece James has withdrawn from the England squad with what is described as a minor hamstring injury and returned to Chelsea. The player and club hope it's precautionary. So he's felt a little something when he came on in the game the other day. Minor hamstring injury, at least it's not his knee, which is what he was out with before for quite a while. That's a positive. But hamstring injuries are never a great thing. I guess that's probably going to be a few weeks out. If it is, they do a scan on this and it comes out that it's something kind of serious, it'll be a big shame, because we need him, especially with the games against Real Madrid coming up, because that's our only thing to play for at the moment, is the Champions League. That'll be a big shame if Reece James is out for the rest of the season. And if he is, again, the Kante treatment will be the right thing, getting plenty of rest. If it means we don't have him for the rest of the season or something like that, then so be it. It's not like we've got much to play for, assuming the Champions League doesn't go to plan. So Big shame on this one, but let's hope he's okay. Then we have this exclusive coming from Sports Peter. I'm not too familiar with him, so anyone that's Footy Insider 24/7, if any of you think he's a lot of rubbish, let me know in the comments, or if he's a good reporter. Chelsea are keeping tabs on Nagelsmann's future plans in case they decide to make what sources would say is a shock swoop for him in the summer. Todd Bowley is still eager to give Graham Potter a full preseason and transfer window with the squad. So, by the sounds of it, nothing's happening. If it's going to happen, it would be at the end of the season maybe. But they are sort of keeping an eye on it. If he does maybe look like he's going to go to a Spurs, or if it looks like he's going to get tapped up, from what I'm hearing, he wants to take a bit of a break before he gets back into football. So maybe to the end of the season, then he'll make a decision then. Chelsea do have a big decision to make, because you can back Graham Potter, and that's definitely an option at this point with the amount of money they've invested to get him in. But when a manager like Julian Nagelsmann, and I'm a little cautious that he's done good things, great things at Bayern, but most managers do great things at Bayern, right? There's a little bit of me that's like I don't know much of his career before that, so let's just let's not, this isn't a Ancelotti, a Pep, a Mourinho back in the day, he's still a little bit untested in a very competitive league. So at least from what I know, please educate me in the comments if his previous work before Bayern is more impressive than that. But I'm a little bit cautious of it. But then again, the work under Graham Potter has been amazing. So, a few weeks ago, I think we would have taken your hand off for a Nagelsmann. Now, I'd probably take it. But, if we're going to be going for a project manager, the point would be to give him the time. But I do probably think Graham Potter isn't the right guy. So a Nagelsmann swoop would be pretty exciting for me as a Chelsea fan. Let me know what you guys think on that one. Then the next topic we have is Thomas Tuchel could target 4 Chelsea players after sealing the Bayern Munich job. Havertz, Mount, Pulisic and Mendy are the names that are mentioned. Now I think there'll be a lot of fans on social media that will say get rid of Havertz, get rid of Mount, maybe keep Pulisic because he tends to have quite a big fan base, and get rid of Mendy. My take on it would be, unless the fees are extraordinary, I'd be saying keep Kai Havertz. I think we've seen when we don't play him as a striker what he's capable of. Mason Mount absolutely has to stay Chelsea through and through. Christian Pulisic, at this point, I think I'm fine with letting him go. We've got Madueke, Mudryk, the next sort of generation should be coming through. Sterling. We've got players that can cover, and Pulisic has his fitness issues and form is very much like this. So for me, Pulisic could go. And Mendy, I think I'd let go as well. Kepa can do for now. Of course, we've got Gabriel Slonina as one that we maybe will have as a number 1 in the future, but we've also seen the links that we might be going for Diogo Costa, Andre Onana as a main keeper soon. So I think it makes sense to let one of our keepers go in the summer. So it's an iffy one, because these players do have good moments. Mendy's had good moments, Pulisic's had good moments, Mount's had good moments, and so has Havertz. So I'd say keep the first 2, and I'm okay with the second 2 going. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think on that one, because I think there'll be a lot of divide on this. And the last one is that Inter Milan look to be taking Aubameyang, potentially for 10 million. I don't think they'll pay that much. I think that's just what he's valued at the moment. Yeah, Inter Milan, I'm absolutely fine with that. He's obviously got no future at Chelsea at the moment, so that one I'm absolutely fine with. Whether he goes there or Barcelona is the other one that we've seen mentioned, I don't really care. If we can get any money for him, I'd be happy with it, because he's 33, very much out of form. So yeah, I'm fine with this one. Sign it. And that's going to be the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy, leave a like, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you never miss a future video. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.